Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
On that journey to the top, you probably had to make a few sacrifices, including long-term friendships. But in Los Santos, perception is everything, and anything can be bought. You need to make a splash at social occasions and fill your fancy new house with tons of friends. If it's a glamorous occasion, we'll provide models and movie stars. If it's a business function, we'll bring along oligarchs and senior executives. Perhaps you want something a little funkier. We've got Mirror Park hipsters for hire so you can slip on your skinny jeans and show your alternative side. People of different ethnicities and sexual preferences will mingle and make you look good instead of the desperate, close-minded guy you are. Call Appropriate Associates today.
Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 407 of Third Shift. I am Mr. Eric. I'm here today. It's been a fast, long, ridiculous week full of fun times. Nothing but the clowns. Oh, boy. We're here for a brand new episode on this wonderful Wednesday. Yes, it's early. It's early because things are happening. We got stuff to do. You know what tomorrow is? It's the boom, boom, bang, bang day. It's the big 4th of July. We got chicken wings to eat, bratwurst to eat, fireworks to explode, stuff to do. But before we do that stuff, we're going to do this show. And with me today, as usual, is the inglorious bastard himself. It's Mr. Matt. He's here today, and he's going to tell you all about his week and regale you with all sorts of fun times before we talk a little bit about some games, etc., etc., etc.
Now, before I even regale you with the fun times, I'm calling you out, Eric. What is this shit? I texted you 18 times. I said, we can do a short show. You said, my foot fell off. I'm literally a stump man. I said, we can just do a short show. We can just do nothing but the week and some how you doings. And you went, okay, sounds good. And then you filled in all the show notes. So I guess we're just doing a show. We're just doing a show. So I'm rolling into it because it was my birthday over the weekend. So I went to Turkeyville, had a great time. Had a great sandwich, had actually 2 sandwiches. I had no sides. I did 2 sandwiches. I did a beautiful piece of coconut cream pie. I played House of the Dead. I got a roll of quarters, and I made it $8 through, and I beat House of the Dead 2. It was House of the Dead 2 if I didn't say that. And I beat it promptly, I think, for the first actual time, really. Got my name on a little scoreboard, which probably gets reset when they power down stuff at night. But I got a picture of it. Had a great time. So now I've beaten House of the Dead 1. I've beaten House of the Dead 2. That's the only House of the Deads that are at Turkeyville. So I gotta find something else, or I gotta rustle them in to get in the House of the Dead 3 machine or something. But that was great. Also that very night, you and I, Mr. Eric, went to our buddy's house. And we played D&D, and we had a good time. I had a good time. I don't know. Did you have a good time? I had a blast.
I would say yes, but I don't remember it anymore. I'm going to assume we had a great time.
Yeah.
But because of the week, everything's messed up. So until I saw your note, we said D&D, I thought we did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So apparently that was last week, folks. It was probably a great time. I'm sure we laughed and had fun.
And I don't say this to rub it in, but we had completely inverse weeks because I had a bunch of days off. You worked extra hard on a weird shift a bunch of days. So for me, that feels like 2 weeks ago also. I saw it on there and I went, D&D? When was that? Like I'm looking at most of this stuff and going, that was a week ago. Just because I had days off and I don't know, I'm old. It flips my whole schedule around. But I remember it being good because I got new armor. And every time James rolled like a 17 or an 18, he went, that's a hit. And I went, no, it's not. And he went, 16, that's got you, right? Nope. What? Remember I just got that armor? I'm going to make you guys fight without armor later, though. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Sure. But for now, you get out. I'm going to kill everything. It was a great time. It was a good time.
Now I remember, because that one fight at the very end, he changed everything, I think. It felt like he was going to kill us because we weren't using our abilities the way we're supposed to be doing it. So all of a sudden, the leader of his little pack just ran away. A couple bigger thugs ran away, and I knew what he was up to. He went, oh, crap, they're not playing at their max because they're trying to reserve stuff, and these guys are going to kill them if they continue that. Oh, this guy ran away, and this guy left and just walked away. All right, go get him. And it's like, oh, I see what you did. And then he's like, hey, Paladin, you got like a smite ability, right? You you might want to use that to like attack bad guys. Hey, Eric, you ever intend to use like your big spells, or what are you going to do with those? I'm not going to use them, James.
Everybody I know plays top down. You go top down. You went bottom up.
Everybody plays top down. Yeah. Everybody plays top down. Why are you playing bottom up? Because I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do next. I don't trust you. You barely let us rest. You barely let us go into town. This is like the first time this session that you've actually let us just go into town and just do something instead of just go, are you guys done? Let's go. Bye-bye. Off we go. So I don't trust nothing. We might be gone for freaking 5 days, 10 days at a time. You think I'm going to waste all my big spells in this battle right here? You're crazy.
And even me, who gets everything back on a short rest, I'm still not going to burn it, A, because it's just goblins. I don't need to do a trip attack and then use my action surge just to squash a goblin. Who cares? But B, he's already had it happen twice. Oh, you guys cleared him. But you heard a noise real far, just a little far away, just over the ridge. You want to just go run and get it? No, I want to take a nap. I want to take a little sleep and bandage my wounds. You can't do that, though.
No, you don't.
Okay. Oh, the guy who we got the stone from? Yeah, he's like right around the corner, and you're ahead of the group. All right, I'm going. Without my action surge, without 2 of my superiority dice. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not using that for anything. Nope. You give me like one of your big pieces, put that on the board. Sure, I'll use it against that. But I'm not going to burn it just on wobbly gobbly goops.
Yeah, I was using mostly smaller spells. I'll give you that. But I used arcane missiles once or twice during that fight. I did love because old boy with his pally, like I'm just gonna do a regular hit, missed. I was gonna do a regular hit, missed. I'm gonna do a regular hit, missed. I'm gonna do a regular hit, missed. And I'm not saying nothing, but I'm over my head going, "You're dying. You're literally dying. You're getting wrecked, and you just keep missing your hits. You gotta do something. Maybe a retreat. I don't know. I don't know what you gotta do."
And on top of that, James was rolling like a champ for that one beastie, the one. I forget what it's called, like the Barghest or whatever it was.
Furbolg or whatever there.
Yeah. That was throwing javelins at him. I'm like, he's never going to hit him. Hit. Take 15 points of damage. Take 12 points of damage. Kevin's going to hate this because he already died last time. He's going to die in this engagement too. I'm sure he's going to die with whatever follow-up we have. He's going to have a bad time.
It's like, come on, buddy. You got to use them skills or you're going to die because James, for whatever reason, is getting you. He's getting you. And he ain't getting me because I got Misty Step. So you try to conquer me, I'm just going to blink away. It don't matter. So
I'm just going to disengage. And when you hit me, I can parry it off anyway to reduce melee damage. So I'm waddling in, and then you're not hitting me. But if you do, ping, yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
Reduce. Yeah. Exactly. And I still have armor, shield. So, and I've never even used that because I've never actually really taken a direct hit that was worth even worrying about. So I still got that. I ain't worried about nothing.
That's right. So see, we did have a good time playing D&D. Very next day, I went out to Williamson Theater, watched a show called Predictor, which was in the preview performances. So it's like, it actually has its full, 4 or however many week run at this time as we're speaking right now. So if anybody out there in the general vicinity that I live can go see Predictor, you should go and see it. Because it's dramatic, it's funny as all hell, it's an interesting story based on a true story. I won't talk about what it's about or anything, but it was great. Awesome time. So if you, like David, who listens to this podcast and talks about the shows I go to, are listening to this and is still inside of that 4-week run, go watch it. Go have a good time. Then the very next day, 3 straight days of action, went to the Lugnuts game. Mom and I always do a Lugnuts game, the local minor league baseball team. Went out there, and it was the perfect day. Now, people would say it's not the perfect day, but you and I would say it's a perfect day, Eric. It started off kind of overcast, but even when the sun broke through, it was cool. It was nice and cool. It was even so chilly at the start because it was blowing and windy. I had to buy a hoodie from the little Nuts and Bolt shop there, and I sat with my hoodie on the whole ball game. Beautiful. Wonderful. I brought my big old hat so I didn't get sunburned on my shaved head. I did get sunburned on the back of my hands because that was the only thing sticking out from the hoodie. But it was a great time. Wonderful ball game. They lost 10-2, and they got 8 runs in the first inning. So it was a terrible ball game, but it was a great ballpark experience. It was a good time. Later that night, AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view blew my socks off. It always does. AEW always does amazing shows. This was no different. What a main event. God. And then so many cool other wrestlers, because Forbidden Doors, when they have people from New Japan come in, they have CMLL luchadors come in. Some people I've never seen before, mostly the CMLL people. They were great. Cool wrestling, cool shows. Awesome. Great time. Video game front. Got in, I think, 2 big streams of Persona 3 Reload. Getting sort of, maybe, towards the actual start of the ending of the start of the ending. That game's just great. What more can I say? It's my favorite thing to do. Even when I get off air and I'm like, I'll just do the dungeon crawl and rescue the things out of the thing. Whenever I play that just off air, I go, man, yeah. I said it last week. Playing the combat, doing the stuff, just makes me happy. Another thing that's been making me happy is Shadow of the Erdtree. I think it was last night. I got home from work, played it from that time until I went to bed late. That game is fun and great. And I've been explorating. I beat R'Lana, the boss that I wasn't sure I could beat. I beat her in like 6 tries. Went off to a whole new area, explorating. Did a catacombs, did a dungeon, did this crazy catacombs. And I had to fight this dude who, I'll be real vague, he summons a bunch of stuff. Like, he's always ringing his little bell and dudes are coming in and my skelly mens are getting destroyed. I'm like, oh my God. Took me like 4 times to beat him. Now I'm in the scary zone. Like, it's literally scary. Well, it's not really a spoiler. I try and summon the horse and it goes, Torrent's too afraid and won't show up. And I go, oh, I'm scared. There's notes on the ground that are scary. I go, oh, I'm a scared little boy. But that's where I stopped for the night because I didn't want to have scary nightmares and have no sleep. But that game's great. It's been great before. The DLC continues to be great. I'm having a great time with it. Hey, Eric, tell us about the great time that you had this week.
Oh, boy, I had me some fun. We played D&D, which we already talked about, and then I went straight into quarter end. I flipped my whole schedule, started working overnights, and existed. As I always do during quarter end, because I do the overnights, I didn't do much of nothing. I did not play. Well, I did play. I should say I did. I did play 2 games a little bit. I played Shadow of the Erdtree, which, like you, is a ton of fun. I enjoy the hell out of it. And I've beaten a couple, random bosses in little areas and dungeons. But holy cow, still haven't beaten that dancing lion. And right now I'm going through some other big castle way up north. And I am going to strangle somebody. They love to just put little surprises and big traps of people in these different areas. And then it's just this huge trek to get back to your corpse. Like, there's a spot where you go up on a hill, there's the site of grace, then you got to go up and around, you fight a group of 2, then a group of 2, then a dog that surprises you, then there's these 3 mages that disappear and reappear everywhere, then there was a mini boss that you had to fight, then there's a whole bunch of mage armor dudes that you got to get through, and then there's this whole hallway with this huge trap of like 7 people on the bottom of it, or a couple on top. Get through that. Then there's another one of those gigantic knights that I cannot beat because they just hold that shield up and they take like 7 of my mana freaking draughts to get rid of. It's ridiculous. After it was the third time I got to him and died again, I went, I'm going to break my controller. I'm going to throw everything. I can't keep doing the same damn thing over and over again. There needs to be a site of grace a little bit closer than what they've got in that particular spot. Most of the time, you can find one or find a shortcut that gets you to one pretty quick when they throw some kind of baddie that might actually jack you right there, but this particular one did not. So I did that over and over the other night and the night before, making no headway. But I don't want to stop because I know it's doable. I just got to get past that stupid knight. So I'm not sure. I'm going to probably go in and try to melee him and see if that works out this time.
Is that knight the one that's like on a long
parapet or whatever?
Like long rampart?
Yep.
Because I remembered some of what you said, but then I couldn't remember the interstitial part. But I remember there being 2 knights, because there's one right after the mage dudes, because he killed me once. Mm-hmm. And then the other knight, he's a physical guy, so I didn't have problems with him. But I think if you just run past him and there's an elevator right behind him.
Oh, yeah, there is.
I think there's a site of grace like right there.
Oh.
So I think if
I'll
you just
skip him then. Roll past and go down.
There's a grace point there, and then obviously you can turn around, stab him in the back if you want to.
Yeah. Perfect. That's what I need to do then. So I'll do that next time. I'll just get past him. I don't know. Guess maybe I'm just being crazy. I don't know why I didn't just go past him. I'm just like, oh, nope, gotta beat him. I mean, I do it too. You get in that mode of just like, here's the guy, and especially if he kills you once. Well,
now I got to kill him.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
But and it's also weird. I'll say this before I move on. It is strange where they allow you to have your skellies and where they don't. I'll be in the like at the base of this castle. They're like, hey, yeah, pull your skellies out. There's nothing there. There's a couple minor dudes throwing bombs down from the ramparts at you. There was like a big, tall giant there, but he was trash.
Yeah.
I didn't need skellies for him. I smoked him in like 2 seconds. So skellies there. And then as soon as you get into the castle, nope, skellies. They're gone. I need them here. You got bosses in here. You got all sorts of traps and weird stuff going on. That's where I would need the skellies. Why do you allow me to have the skellies in a completely useless area and not in this area?
And especially for me, it's extra weird because, like, some of those places, okay, there's like 5 melee dudes around. Okay, I can understand if you're a mage or whatever, but I really don't need skellies. Why? Or if you engage them, separately from the sides, you can just get them. It is weird. I don't get it. And then I just found some whole new area. There's one enemy in there. And I saw the skelly prompt. I went, okay, well, I see him out there. I did the whole ring around because it's like a big circular arena. All right, here we go. Skellies, let's go. He was just like a regular guy. Yep. I hit him like 3 times and he was dead. And I went, why skellies? Why this area? What is going on here? It's weird.
It's weird.
I'm still having a great time, but it was weird.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not mad. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like they come up at random times and they're not even necessary. And then when I'm begging, I wish I had them. They're like, nah, brother, you got to figure this out yourself. Okay, all right, I guess, whatever.
Like if you're on that long rampart with that guy right before the grace, perfect time for skellies. Yeah. You've gone through all this stuff with no break. Give you a break. Skelly time.
Give me the skellies. We'll whoop this dude's butt. Then I get my sight of grace and move on to the last chunk of the castle. It's fantastic. With that being said, still a great time. Still love the exploration and just roaming around and seeing what there is to see. But I didn't get to do much of it because of the quarter end. And the only other thing I did play this past week was Persona 3 Reload. I turned it on, played a little bit of it, got caught by my daughter, turned it back off, and I haven't played it since. But I was I was sad. Not gonna lie, I was like, why'd you catch me? I just wanted listen, Elaine, listen. All I was doing is talking to these people. They don't even mean nothing. Don't even worry about it, Elaine. Just let me talk to them. They're not even leveling up, Elaine. Don't even worry. All right? That's all I was doing. I'm turning off right now. In fact, I was going to turn it right off anyway. Look, watch. Click, click, click. Okay, Dad, thanks. You said you was going to wait for me. I did. Yeah, I didn't do anything important.
I was just fusing some personas and buying armor and stuff. It's a Monday, so there was a sale, so I had to get in, I got to get in,
Yeah. So I was the naughty dad just getting in on that persona action and got caught. So yeah, that's been the week. Some anime's been watched. A lot of episode 12s are this week because it's wrapping up the season and we're getting ready for the next season. And it's always a terrible time for anime because you wrap up and you're sad to see all these shows that you got attached to go. And then you got to wait. I hate it. They got like this 2-week gap where there's just nothing. And then they start to like ilk in the new season. So they don't even go, okay, here's the next season. They're like, all right, here's this week we'll give you this one and this one. Next week we'll give you this one and this one on top of the next episode. And the next week we'll give you this one and this one. So you're sitting here scrambling every week trying to figure out which ones you want to watch and hope none of them get through the cracks. So you're like paying ultra close. It's like, just drop the whole damn thing so I can go peruse the entire new season and go, this one I like, this one I like, this one I like, this one I like, and I can watch them. I don't like how they stagger it out and make me have to like search all over the place or go research by some nerd who's, this is this one, Crunchyroll this month. I'm definitely watching Phase of the Animation. Now I got to go listen to this guy to get what I need to know so I know which ones to catch. So Crunchyroll, fix yourself. But other than that, fantastic week. Loving it. It's all over. I'm going to go do, I keep wanting to say Thanksgiving. I'm going to go do Thanksgiving stuff.
That sounds great. Hey, can I come with you? I'll eat some turkey. But another thing you can do this week while you're having your Thanksgiving feast is you can start playing Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. Because I know this is the year of RPGs, so why not put another RPG right on your plate, right next to the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the stuff and all that stuff? Because on the 5th, the day after the 4th, developed by Falcom, published by NIS Interactive for PS4 and PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch, the latest in the Trails series, it's coming. It's here. I mean, it's here right now probably as you're listening to this because you didn't listen to it on the 4th of July. You're listening to it on Friday. This is the latest in that long-running, overarching JRPG series, the Trails series, the Cold Steel series, the this, the that, the other things. And people are saying, this is a great time to get into the franchise. I feel like we say that about every other game in the franchise, like literally, like not this one, but the next one. Mm-hmm. This is another point, because they just wrapped up a big old long arc. Boom, it's time for the next one. You play as a character who is basically a mercenary, a Han Solo type. He doesn't take no crap. He wants to get his money, all this stuff. He's getting hired to go and find some things, and you go off on a crazy adventure. And obviously, the thing you thought was small is bigger than it is, because that's what a JRPG story is all about. But what people are saying about this game is they're loving the combat. Because if you remember, we talked about a game that was revealed that had action-based combat, and you go into turn-based battles. This looks like exactly that. Because you can go on the field, you find your enemies, you go into pretty simplistic action combat. You got a regular swipe, a strong attack, you got a dodge roll. That's pretty much it. But the point of that is to get them stunned. Then you pop into the turn-based combat where you're doing your traditional stuff with circles on the fields and attacks and skills and spells and all this other cool stuff. And people are loving it. Because if you just are fighting some dumpy enemies, or, you've cleared the dungeon, you're going back to town, you can just attack them in the action RPG zone. Bang, 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 knock them out quick. But for the serious stuff, get in, do some initial hits, get them stunned, go into the turn-based, and have a lot of fun. And this is one of those games that has, like, the turn timer on the top of the screen.
I love those.
So you can see who's going first and who's going next and all that stuff. This has got that, too. And the art style, I feel like this is kind of weird because it looks really good to my eyes, but it also kind of looks kind of stiff. It's like that anime kind of art style. If you've seen the 3D Trails games, it kind of has that look. But I think it looks bright and it looks colorful. The characters look pretty cool. The only other things I've heard are the music's rocking and great. People are loving it. But the only weird thing is, and this is apparently in the Trails series forever, when you have like a big dialogue sequence, some people are voiced and some people aren't. And so it's not fully voiced, it's not fully silent, it's a weird mix of the two. But if you're into the Trail series, obviously you're playing this already. If you haven't been, like I said, I've heard it's a great time to jump in. It's the newest, hottest, freshest hotness to be getting in on. It looks good, it sounds good, it looks like it plays good. Guess what though? There's a demo out for PS5 and Nintendo Switch, and your progress carries over into the main game. So if you have never played one before, jump in and try it. I'm so torn because I watched a review of it and I went, yeah. And then I watched another review of it and I kind of went, uh-oh. And somebody said, the game's great and I love the story, but some of these cutscenes are pretty long, and I actually fell asleep during one of them. And I went, oh, brother, because that was the feeling I was getting. I was getting that that Tales feeling of like watching some anime people and starting to get, I was like sitting back in my chair and I went, oh, that looks cool. Oh boy. Uh-oh. But I'll try it out on a demo. I'll download it from a PS5 on the demo. I'll do it there. But like I said, if you're into that JRPG, if you want to put another one on the barbecue, here it is, Legends of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak. Since you didn't play the last good entry to the series, play this one instead and get it and have fun.
Well, we discussed this one already, like you said, and this is a new start. A brand new, happy start all by itself. So get on board. I'm going to go check out the demo. I want to play this game. I've always wanted to play this series, but there's too many. It's just like the Y series,
the Ease, yeah.
The Ease. That's the same thing with that series. I always wanted to do it, but it's way too many, and I just can't. I don't have the time anymore. My life is too crazy for such things. But a game I do have time for is Zenless Zone Zero. Yes, folks, July 4th, it is launching. And if you went ahead and pre-ordered it, it's a free game. However, it's not free because they lied to you. They're liars. Because they said it's free, go get it downloaded, and you'll get a bunch of free stuff when the game launches as a celebration. Well, I went, and I said, yes, give it to me. And they said, well, you got to pay us $9.99. So it's actually $9.99 if you want to get it pre-downloaded with all the bonus stuff and all the extra goodies. So don't let them trick you. You got to pay if you want the extra little goodies and get it downloaded so it's ready to go tomorrow as soon as it opens up. I did. I paid the $9.99. I don't care. What's $10? I waste $10 on farts, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, that wouldn't even count against my New Year's resolution because that's just $10. $10 isn't a game. $10 is $10.
No, $10 is a coffee. So I did grab it up because I've told you already. I'm interested in this game. It's of course made by the same Miho verse people, the ones that did Honkai Star Rail, and the one me and Matt said we were going to play, but we never played. What's that one called?
Genshin
Super
Impact.
popular. Yeah, Genshin Impact, the weird guy at work played that game, yes. So we never did either of those games, and we kept talking about how we should check it out. I think, Matt, you tried Honkai, didn't you?
Yeah, I got like maybe 5 or 6 hours into it, yeah.
Yeah, you did at least give that one a shot. I didn't. I did give Genshin a shot, but I never stuck with it. Or stuck with it. What's the verbiage on that? I never stuck with it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're good.
Listen, I don't know where I am right now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So anyhows, this game's come out on iOS, Android, PS5, and of course PC. You can play it. And you're like, well, what the hell is it? And I say, dude, it's got the anime vibes. It's got the women just jiggling, doing things, wearing cool costumes. It's all there, folks. If you're a nerd, you like that weird stuff, you're going to love this game. I'm telling you. You take the role of a proxy, and you can either choose the male or female version. It's a brother-sister combo. And what they can do is they have the ability to get you sideways, by unregistered means into the hollows, which are these huge zones that have just consumed humanity. All right. So the hollows have destroyed everything. Mankind is on its last leg. The bastion you created is using the technology of the hollows to keep yourselves alive in this city that you're going to be playing in. So you, the proxy, have to gather a team from these different factions. So you'll recruit people from all these different factions, and they've got their own motives and reasons why they want to go on the hollow and get this or that or this or that. You, of course, are going to get them access to it. And in the meantime, it's going to be getting you resources, armor, weapons, all that good stuff to get more powerful and to keep forging into the hollows deeper and deeper to fight bigger baddies, bigger bosses, doing all these dungeons. It's going to have all sorts of dailies for you to do. So you're going to pop on and say, hey, today you can get this many resources if you go kill 10 of these dudes. Go do this dungeon. You'll get this. The whole online thing, it's all there. All right. So you're going to get the dailies. You're going to get weeklies. You're going to get like dungeon raids per week that you can do to get extra bonus resources. And this is going to be all in line to get you more gear, more outfits to wear, all that good stuff. So the grind is there, and the whole thing, I think this one does have a, what do they call those things, Matt? The things where you buy in and then you get to go through all the different levels and get bonus stuff, those,
like a battle pass is what you're talking about.
Yeah, like a battle pass, seasonal pass, content drops, all that's there. They've got it all lined up on what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be rolling things out. There will be microtransactions, but for this one, as far as I'm aware, most of it's just cosmetic and fun stuff. So nothing too egregious, at least that I am aware of. But it looks great. It really looks colorful. It looks fun. The music is bombastic. Just like a week ago, they came out with like the theme song to the game. And I was just popping, to that. It was so good. I was all Japanese, but it was still great. I was just having a good time with it. The characters, all very zany, all very different. So you're going to go in with 3 people, man. 3 people. You pick 3 people from your team. You go into the hollows. And what you want to do is you want to make sure those 3 people, first off, are good for you. Their fighting styles match up with what you like. But on top of that, depending on where you go, you're going to be facing different enemy types in certain scenarios. So you have to make sure you're also strategically picking what players you're taking with you on that particular endeavor, because you'll have some peeps that are more focused on keeping the party healed, doing light damage, skipping around quickly. Some people, you got your tanks who are going to be very slow, but are going to take a bunch of damage. It's all very generic. You know the deal, but it's also really fun because the different factions have different people from the same type. So you can kind of personalize your party with those you get along with and or like their vibe and or looks. You know me, I'll have a harem like I always do. It's going to be a fantastic thing.
I was going to say, you're saying different factions have different people of the different types. It makes me think of like Battleborn, where your team is made up of all different groups, but your favorite people from all those groups. I get you.
Yes. And then, of course, depending on who you have, they'll have different altercations and reactions to one another. It's a whole thing. It looks like a lot of fun. I still kind of want to see like where the hub goes, the city portion. I haven't really seen too much on how you interact inside the city and whether there's ways to just talk with people and do, all sorts of random stuff while you're there, or if it all is just base and then out into the hollows. So I'm even a little at loss because they haven't had any real reviews yet. It's all waiting for tomorrow, but it does look cool. It looks promising. And if any of that sounds fun to you at all, go check it out. It's for July and it's out right now.
Yeah, I did it while we were talking. I went on there and I pre-ordered the $10 pre-order bonus bit. I've been seeing ads for this that show off like the cool style. Like I actually see advertisements for this game, but I have no idea what it's like or how it's going to play or whatever. but I did like Honkai enough to put in like that 5-6 hours, and I would have still played more if other stuff hadn't come out. So $10 investment, I'll get my money's worth out of it, I'm sure. So I'm excited for it. I don't know nothing about it except what you just told me, but I'm going to go play it. But hey, if you don't have $10 to put a boogie dollar down, you can get the free games of the week. And on Epic, you got the Falconeer, which is not the game that I thought it was. I thought this was the one where you were like an indie game with like a falcon on your little wrist.
That's what I thought.
I think this is where you're like, it's a big falcon and you're the person riding on it and you're shooting and like 3D shooting. Mm-hmm. That looks way cooler. Like I was interested in the other one anyway. But then I looked up Falconeer and went, this is the game, right? And what I saw was way cooler than that.
It was like some aerial combat crap going on the entire time. You're flying around on this giant falcon, just dropping bombs on these weird crab things coming out of this water. Enemies just shooting from turrets at you, and you're just doing barrel rolls, getting around all the shots. I went, where the hell has this game been? Mm-hmm. I don't recall this game at all. Who made this and what? And it was popping up, different reviews for it and like little bombastic statements. And of course, like I never heard of any of this. Why? This is the best game right now on the Xbox system. And I'm like, I never heard of this, not once. But now that I have, I am in the same boat. I went, this is totally awesome. I actually want to play this thing.
Mm-hmm. And then you can also jump on your Xbox system, as we just talked about, and get on Game Pass. You can play Journey to the Savage Planet, which I thought I knew about, but I had no idea. So I just Google searched. This looks exactly like High on Life, but if you didn't have guns that were characters. So it looks very colorful. You're exploring planets, you're shooting monsters, you're doing all kinds of stuff. And then you can play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. If you want SpongeBob to punch Hey Arnold in the face, go get it. In a Smash Brothers type of way, go get it. Have fun with that one too.
Last but not least, folks, going on Amazon free games, I was just surprised today because I haven't logged on very much. I went in there and I went, oh, what's this? And they went, hey, you need to go ahead and download Hitman Absolution because that's one of the free games on Amazon Prime. I don't have to explain to you what Hitman's all about, so I'm not going to because you should know. If you game at all, you've heard of Hitman and what it's all about. It's there, Absolution, and it's going to go right to your GOG account, the GOG account, so pretty cool. I've already got a bunch of games there. Second one is Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. And I remember this game, but I don't remember this game. I remember this game existing, but I don't remember if it's third person, first person. I know you're cowboys and you're doing bad cowboy stuff. Maybe Matt knows a little bit more something about this one, but I don't know too much about it.
Is this the one where it takes place in the present day and you're bad people and you're fighting cartels? Or is this like after that one where they went back in time again to the Old West?
They went back in time in this one. They look like the Wild West ones. Yeah, they got stirrups on and stuff, you know.
Because not too long ago we had the original Call of Juarez, didn't we? So now
the original one was free.
I don't remember if it was on the same place or the same system, but now you have two Call of Juarez games, and it's apparently not the modern day one that everybody hated. So get it and have fun.
Get it. It's free. And then last but not least, you got Wall World. Another game I have no clue. It had a cool little jelly dude looking at it. I bet he crawls on walls and you got to avoid obstacles. That's what I'm guessing this game's about. You can grab it for free, click the button, boom, it's on your Amazon account, ready to play. So 3 games for free, ready to go on your Amazon Prime.
Hell yeah. I mean, we did our due diligence this week. I Googled and I saw pictures, and Eric made up a whole Wall World scenario. And
that's right.
If that's not the game, then you should go make that game, because that sounds pretty cool.
That does sound
pretty cool. A little slime dude and like stuff's falling down the wall or like poking out of the wall.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun. And then, of course, another fun game, possibly, maybe, is First Descendant. This is a game me and you talked about when we saw it. I said it looked really cool. Had like, for me, I was thinking Division vibes, you know, third person, having fun. But then later I started to think more about Anthem. I was like, this looks a lot more like Anthem vibes. Well, it's out. People are playing it. There's a whole bunch of mixed things about it. I think mostly gameplay-wise, it's fine. It's a good game. People are really mad. Microtransactions are very abundant in this because it's made by Nexon. Surprise, surprise. And you can pay to win. You can go ahead and pay to just boost experience, get all sorts of goodies, and be amazing. Me and Matt have had this discussion a million times. Neither of us care about that. I'm here to just have fun for me. I don't care if somebody else wants to pay to be a god boss. That's on them. I don't care. So that doesn't bother me. So when I see the reviews that like tie that in and then put it down a little bit because of that, I always hate that. However, most people say it's fun. There's potential in this game. Yes, once again, this is a game where you get to have all sorts of Stellar Blade-like outfits and do all sorts of weird, fun things if you want to do those things, or you don't have to. And a lot of cool characters, apparently. I think there's like, no, man, I lost. I'm getting the streams together with Zenless Zone and the First Descendant because I literally watched both of them all at the same time. I want to say it was 16 Descendants, but I think it's 8. I think Zenless Zone has 16 to start, and the First Descendants has like 8, and they're going to keep popping more out. And they already released their Battle Pass and their time frame as well on what they plan to do. They're going to be adding more dungeons in the coming months. They're going to add like a Giga Raid boss and a Giga Raid dungeon coming up here pretty soon, and there's all sorts of stuff. So if you want to see the roadmap, they've already got it up for you to check out. They're promising to be fixing little issues that the game currently has. But anyways, Matt, what do you think? Are you going to try this one out? Did you check it out at all? Because like I said, it's been nothing but on Twitch the last couple days, and to me, it really looks cool. Then everyone's saying it's just like Warframe, but I never played Warframe except for way, way, way back before it was actually like what Warframe is. But even with that said, Warframe looks really damn cool. And this looks like fast-paced action with blues and greens. You're picking up, changing out your weapons, the typical looter, shooter type stuff. I don't know. I'm interested.
Well, I have a multitude of things to say about this, to at least some degree. First off, this was going to be my release this week because I went, First Descendant's out. Although my brain made it Last Descendant. I don't know what's going on with my brain. I can't think. I can't look at things right. But I went, okay, let me find a review. And what popped up on the YouTube search results were, is this even worth playing? The Last Descendant. First impressions after 15 minutes. The Last Descendant. Is it worth playing? The Last Descendant. Is it worth playing? Literally like 10 videos with the exact same title. So I grabbed one at random, and it was a guy just rambling and bambling, and I went, this isn't a review. What I needed is a review. It's out. I know people can play it right now. Where's my review? What's going on? There was not like review in progress. There was nothing. So I listened to this guy, and like we've said before, it looks cool. Like visually, it looks cool. The characters look cool. The action looked pretty good. It looked like Warframe, which I have never played myself either, but I know what Warframe looks like because I've watched some Warframe, and it looks like that. But then I was listening to this dude talking on the one video that I chose. And I went, yeah, it's pretty much like Warframe. And I go, yeah, okay, I get it. And he goes, yeah, but it's also kind of like Destiny. And I threw my phone down and I knocked my cup off the desk. And I went, you said the D word. You said the D, you said the D slur in my house. That's a slur in my house. We don't say that word in here. I got to say it because I had to explain why it's so bad. I'll never play this game. I'll never play it again. And I'll never touch it. I won't download it. I won't think about it.
No, it's not like Destiny. Listen.
Obviously, I'm being facetious. But the only other thing that I will back you up on is I was on Reddit during a break from work today, and I saw a big, long post. And the guy was just going off about the microtransactions and this and that and the other thing and buying one legendary frame or whatever they're called in this game, Descendant. It was like $70. And if you don't have it, everyone's going to laugh at you because you're going to have a base skin. And, blah, 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 blah. And I went, who cares what people laugh if people laugh at you because you don't have the cool colors? And that was the other thing they were complaining about. Like if you buy a color swatcher to put a color on, you can only use it once and then you got to buy another one. So if you're a color matchy guy, maybe that'll bug you. But just like you said, like I've said, like we've said a million times, I don't care that much about cosmetics. If I put a bunch of time into this game and then I find a cosmetic that's really cool for a Descendant that I really love playing, maybe I'll put some money in then. But if you're fretting about it's got a lot of microtransactions, just don't engage with that system and play it for what it is. As long as you can play and beat the game or have at least a good time in that game without having to buy things because, you can only beat the boss with the level 5 gun and you can only buy that for $20, real dollars. And as long as you do anything else, who cares? Just don't buy it. Just have fun.
Exactly. And, of course, as with all these games, if you just play it, you'll get points, which will allow you to go to the market and buy stuff as well. Yes, it'll take a lot longer. Yes, it'll be a minute. Yes, you'll have to wait in between getting points to get the extra stuff. But be patient. You can get all the stuff too. Just takes time. And last but not least on it, I really found it really cool was that the environments and the areas you go to are all open. So when you're in a mission, they go, hey, you're going to go here to this quadrant. We need you to defeat this guy. He's screwing around doing this. While you're in there, other players can drop in. And all of a sudden, you've got a crew just killing people and murdering stuff. You could be almost at your wit's end, dying, not making it through, and just random humans just come in and start shooting, drop in, and boom, 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 boom. They're helping you wrap up the mission, do whatever. I love that stuff. I love it. And on top of it, there's a hub, and in the hub, all the players are there. You're there, getting your market stuff going to the marketplace, getting quests accomplished or set up and getting ready for different dungeons, raids, whatever. You can play with friends. You can play solo. Either way, when you go into these environments, you never know what's going to happen. You never who's going to drop in. Somebody, nobody, lots of people, who knows. I love that idea. So that's got me excited because even if I don't have my buddy Matt to play with, I can go in and just go play, and randos will just jump in. I just got to make sure I turn my mic off or be engaged in a party so that way they can't join, so I don't have to listen to anybody talk. But other than that, it'll be a fun time. And like I said, overall, you're just looting and shooting, and I love that whole gimmick.
And at the very, very least, it's free to play.
Yep.
So if you download it and it's not for you, all you spent was a little bit of time that you probably spent elsewhere while you were waiting for it to download. You were playing Shadow or the Erd Tree or something, or you were making dinner, or you were watching a movie or something. So I will definitely download it. I'll definitely check it out. Will it stick with me? Who knows? I don't know. Same thing with Zenless Zone Zero, but those two are free to play. So you just play them. Just get in there and play them.
Yep.
Obviously, we spent $10 on Zenless Zone Zero because we have a feeling it's going to be cool. But regardless, no matter what you think about it, microtransactions, jump in, see if the gameplay's for you, and if it's not, oh well, whew,
Jump out.
just gets deleted.
That's it. And the best part is you say, well, I got to download it, though. That's crazy. I think it's only like 36 gigabytes.
That's pretty good.
So it's not even that big. Easily download it in seconds. You'll be on your way. So you got nothing to lose. Check that damn game out. And the last question of the day, Matt, is I'm getting worried. It's July, all right? It's July. And now if you remember, PlayStation 4, June, I think it was, is when they announced the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it came out in November. Well, they didn't announce anything in June. Now it's July, and the months are slowly closing in, but all the rumors state heavily that the PS5 Pro is coming this fall. But I don't know. I mean, we're starting to kind of get out of that realm. We only got 2 months left of summertime, and we're already a couple days into one of those 2 months. So I don't know. Is it going to happen? Did something happen in the background, and they're maybe changing their mind to do a winter and or early 2025 release? I mean, I'm just panicking because I really want my PS5 Pro, but at the same time, they're not keeping the beat that they did last time. So I don't know if something shifted. And then, of course, if you listen to a lot of different peeps talking about PlayStation, no one expects a PlayStation showcase and or a PlayStation, whatever the hell the other one is, anytime soon.
State of play.
Yeah, State of Play, which is where they would announce, obviously, the PS5 Pro. Well, you'd think so anyway, right? So if they're accurate and we're not getting any of those two shows anytime soon, well, we're already past what they did last time when they're, hey, release this, and then, boom, throw it out into the market. So one might think that this sucker might be pushed off, which is a bummer to me, because I was really hoping to get my PS5 over there on the PSVR 2 so I could just walk over, push the button, and I'm playing PSVR 2 instead of having to grab my stuff, rehook the cords, da-da-da-da-da. What do you think, Matt? You think it's all for nothing? I'm just panicking. Is it going to be all right? Tell me it's going to be all right. What do you think? You heard anything?
You know what? I'll be a good friend for once, at least according to you for once. And I'll say it'll be all right, Eric. With the way things are going these days, I mean, they could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They could announce it in August and drop it in September. They could, like, freaking shadow drop it. Next week, it's going to hit the store shelves. They wouldn't do that, but you get what I'm saying. And State of Plays and Nintendo Directs and Xbox showcases things, they get announced like a week before they happen. So it can happen literally at any time. But me, you know me, I've always been an interesting, if true, guy on the PS5 Pro. Like, we've had headcanon discussions about how cool it would be with this, that, and the other thing. So I'm not really pressed about it. But if I wanted to be a negative guy, I'd say, it ain't happening this year because I don't believe it's true. But you know what? Just for you, Eric, I think it's still happening.
Oh,
they could
well,
they still got plenty of time for holiday
the
marketing
PS5
time.
Pro is true. That has been announced. That part's real. Just the when is what we don't know.
That's what you
So
say
stop
about
it, Matt.
black
Stop it.
helicopters and ghosts.
You're trying to just like
and
you're trying to go
aliens.
all the way back.
It's true. It's
Now
been announced. There's ghosts. I
They
announced
said
there were
they're
ghosts
working
in
on
my
the
house.
Pro. That's real. I don't even know what's real anymore. You're trying to tell me what's real, not real. And I don't know where I am. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what's happening. I just want my PS5 Pro, and they haven't announced it yet. So what do you guys think out there? You think it's coming? Am I just crazy? Matt, he's trying to reassure me, but then he just throws me to the wolves anyway. I don't know where to think. I don't know what to think.
Now, like we've always said, I'll jump into it if it does have all the stuff that we talked about.
Yes.
It has all the good stuff. And I do want to circle back for just a quick hot second. And there was only one review that mentioned it, but on my Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, one of those reviews I saw, he had played it on the PS4 and he played it on the PS5. And he said, I swear to God, this is what he said. He said the PS5 version for him was chugging and he was having frame rate issues. And he couldn't adjust it to lock the frame rate like he could on the PS4. And I went, what the... That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Unless they went like graphics performance for the PS4 version and then didn't put it on the 5, so it was just performance. But if we have a Pro, then maybe it would clean that up. I don't know. That was only other thing that I was thinking about because I forgot to mention it because it was the weirdest damn thing I'd ever heard of in my life. But us talking about this made me think about that.
That just starts to make me believe that they were originally doing this for the PS4 and then just kind of shimmied it over to PS5.
Yeah.
Because, of course, if you look at all accounts, like the PS4 still has the largest player base ever.
Yeah.
Like to this day. It's insane.
And there's no reason that anything that was built for the PS4 shouldn't run way better on the PS5 because that's what everything that we played for the first 2 years was. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But it's just one weird thing to throw out there because us talking about this made me think of that too. It's weird.
Yeah. So please come. I know it's just a weird thing, but I don't know. I just had to get it off my chest. Where's my PS5 Pro? I don't like this. PlayStation, Sony, get your act together. Start announcing when this thing's coming out. Quit making us wait. All right? Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so you got that off your chest. I'm going to get the next segment off of my chest because it's time for Uncle Matt's Trivia Corner. The question last week was for which console re-release was the game Star Fox 2 finally released in 2017? What a weirdly worded question. The answer was the Super NES Classic Edition. Everybody forgot about that. You weren't the only one. Now here's this week's question. This is not a hand-picked card, but this is on the lower half of the hand-picked card that was before. I don't think anybody's going to get this question. I would have no clue what this question is unless you're a diehard fan of this series. The question is, first appearing in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, who is the archenemy of the Skylanders? Take a random guess, Eric.
Vorlog.
Close. So close. It's...
Damn.
It was on the tip of my tongue when I read it.
You should have gave me a hint. You should have said man, sometimes some wacky things happen in that game, and then I could have thought of you got to cut that all out because
No, I'm definitely going to put in a bleep there. That's what it's going to be. But I was going to say it's like think of like a...
There you go. Yes. Yeah. What's the galaxy like? Like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that'll throw them off. Then they're going to start thinking stars. And
is it Milky? Is it Milky Way? Is that what it is?
What's his name? Solar Flare?
Is it Andromeda? Is that what?
Black hole?
Well, now you have so many more hints than I gave my buddy Eric because I don't have to bleep out anything that was wrong. I only have to bleep out stuff that was close. So if you happen to know the answer to that, if you have a brother or sister or you who played with a lot of Skylanders, let me know the answer to that. Let us know what you think about the PS5 Pro, what you think about the First Descendant, what do you think about Zenless Zone Zero, or the Trails series, or anything else we talked about on this episode. Via the email, thirdshiftme@gmail.com, on the Twitter machine at ThirdShiftME. Find us on Facebook on the Third Shift. Hit up the Discord, the Patreon, hit up the Twitch streams, hit up my house, hit up Eric's house while he's gone. You can just bust down in, scrawl like on the wall with like some spray paint, just be like, hey, the answer to the question is this, and then you get to take all his stuff, and then he's got to buy PS5s anyway, so you might as well buy two, because you just took the one, so then he can buy two, and then get the PS5 Pro and have to get two of those two, and you'll help him out, actually.
Make sure you wear masks. Because I got cameras, so don't forget the masks. All right, that's important. Jeez, oh Pete's. And while you're stealing from my house, here's the thing: you go to Patreon, throw $1, $2, $3 our way. So while you steal from me, you could give it back to me on the Patreon, and then like a little old tip jar, it's gonna go to me and Matt. So now Matt will have stolen from me as well. So you can make Matt an accomplice by going to the Patreon with the money you stole from me and give it back to us. And now some of it would be for me, and it's great because I'd get some of my money back. And Matt would be happy because he's getting some of my money. So it's a win-lose scenario. It's pretty good. You can do all that. And if you can't do that, I understand. You can also go to the mailbag questions. Hey, what's some topics you want us to talk about? What's some very just super detailed things you want us to talk about? We could do that. Or you can just participate in Matt's little question game that is going pretty poorly for me. Or you could just hang out and do whatever. Go to Twitch, watch us there. Go give us your Prime stuff. Give us 5-star ratings. There's all sorts of stuff you can do, folks. A lot of it. Tons of it.
I was just panicking because I got to get a new card after this one, but I have no idea where I moved the cards to. I think they're in my room over there. But I'll find one for the very next episode, which will be dropping on or around the 11th of July. You can find that episode on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podbean, on Spotify, and on YouTube. And as I always say, hey, if you like what we're doing, like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any one of those good services, because it does help us out, and we really do appreciate it.
Indeed, we do appreciate it. Just like we appreciate the 5-star reviews, folks. Bring them in. We're in the middle of the summer. 4th of July is tomorrow or today, whenever you're listening to this. How about giving us a 5-star? It's like a firework for us. Firecracker. Boom. Bang. Sparkles. Shiny. We would love it. That would really brighten our day. And just, I'd have that American flag flying even higher. If you hate America, just tell me what flag you want me to fly. I don't really care that much. Just tell me. I'll fly the Mexican flag, a Ukrainian flag, a Russian flag. Whoever's your friend, I'll fly it. Do that. Thank you.
And with that, there's nothing else to say but...
Don't forget to say...
Shut up and sit down.
I actually have a new California Republic flag from, I think it's one of the Far Cry games. It's got the California Bear flag, but he's got 2 heads. So I'll fly any kind of flag.